All right, what's going on, guys? So, since Sanctum of Rebirth has come out, basically every day that I stream, people have been asking me, hey, how good is Shard? Do you feel a difference? Is this something that I should buy? So, figured I'd make a video where we talk about that and what my thoughts are. First things first, what does a Shard do? For all of the tier 95 weapons, it puts an enchantment on your account that says when you are wielding this weapon, increase the damage and accuracy by 5 tiers. This is pretty good. You want more damage basically everywhere, and the increased accuracy is very good at next Angel of Death and Virago. Those are basically the only two bosses where you feel a noticeable difference. It does kind of matter at Calphite King, but not really. It kind of matters at Telos, but not really. Generally, it's just going to be next Angel of Death and Virago where you're going to really feel the accuracy. At pretty much every other boss, you can't really tell. Now, what this means is that this 5 tiers of damage that you're getting, which amounts to about 3% damage, that's all you're really getting. And again, for people who were playing when Necromancy felt the first round of nerfs with the crit damage, it is very difficult to feel a 3% increase or decrease in damage. Necromancy's damage went down by about 3 to 4% when they nerfed the crit damage, and I still can't feel the difference. It feels exactly the same to me. This is very much the same. Now, for Necromancy in particular, you're getting that damage back, which is really nice, but for all the other styles, like, you're just doing a little bit more damage, and that's pretty much it. This is not the type of thing where you're going to feel unless you're specifically looking for the 5 tiers of accuracy. So if you're not doing a bunch of Virago, if you're not doing a bunch of AOD, do not buy this because you're going to be spending 1.6 bill to not feel any stronger. Now, let's say you do have all of these weapons or some of these weapons and you want to make the relevant upgrades. What I would suggest is looking towards the auxiliary gear. So let's say you're working on magic, you're going to want to pick up a grimoire and you're going to want to pick up Anima Core of Sliske and then work on the Tuska minigame in order to get all of that done. Tuska minigame is boring and not that fun, but you do get the whole thing done in 4.5 hours. That's a long grind. You can do that in a day if you have the time for it. Let's say that you're ranging and you have a Bow of the Last Guardian, but you don't have any of the super high-end range armor. Like, you have Serenic because it's, 1 mil, but you don't have Dracolith yet. Investing in Dracolith is going to dramatically increase your damage as compared to investing in a Shard. So if we look at Dracolith, this is the same tier of damage as Serenic, although it does add gloves and boots. But beyond that, it gives you its unique passive. Your rapid fire will generate extra adrenaline. After you fully channel rapid fire, you get 40% additive crit chance, which means that instead of your crit being multiplied by 1.4, it's just adding a flat 40% to it, which is amazing. It's incredibly powerful, especially once you have a grimoire. And then, for each additional piece after 3, you are also getting 1.8 extra seconds on the Dracolith infusion. So this is going to give you dramatically more damage than a Shard of Genesis Essence would if you have a Bow of the Last Guardian and no other range gear and you're looking, okay, where should I spend, this type of money? The same thing is true of Necromancy. Now, I imagine most people who have the main hand and offhand will also have most of the armor, but let's say you don't have the armor. For 500 mil, you can get your full first Necromancer gear, which we all know what it does by now, and increases the duration and the damage of your conjures. That's massive. And then it also, because this only costs 500 mil, you can also just get Appraisal Codex, right? That's really good. Appraisal Codex is going to increase your damage by about 1.3%. That's a number I've heard going around. Haven't verified it myself because that's really hard to verify. That's really good. That's going to be a substantial damage increase over taking your weapons and putting a Shard on them. Again, the same thing is true with melee. A full set of Havoc armor is 500 mil. Getting a full set of Havoc and Appraisal Codex is going to net you so much more damage than just a 5% increase or a 3% increase from your Shard of Genesis Essence. So For people who are trying to figure out how do I spend my money here, what should I do? Should I get a shard? The answer is no. Pretty plain and simple. If you're a regular RuneScape player who's not fully maxed in everything and who isn't, super end game and is like looking for these super minor optimizations, no, you shouldn't buy it. Don't buy it. It's not worth the money. That's pretty much it. The same is honestly true of Appraisal Codex. This is basically, well, now that Shard is out, the second to last upgrade that you should get for all of your styles, with Shard being the final upgrade you should get for all of your styles. This is also incredibly expensive and not worth the money. But if we're at this point of gearing where, okay, I have the 1.5 bill and I want to make an upgrade, getting Vestments and Praisal is going to be so much better than Shard. Getting first Necromancer and Praisal or getting Dracolith is going to be so much better than getting a Shard. I can't recommend them enough. They're incredibly powerful. But yeah, hopefully this video kind of answered some of the questions about Shard. I have one. I've been using it for a long time. Well, you can't turn it off, obviously, but I've been using it for as long as I've had it. And again, haven't felt the difference. Haven't gotten any new PBs or anything. I think I got one at Nikatra after I got one, but I've also been getting better at Nikatra since I've been killing her. So it's really hard to attribute that to a Shard when, my PB before a Shard was 335 and after it, it's like 315. A 3% damage increase isn't going to save me 20 seconds there. Like, I either high rolled or just played better. So this is kind of where I'm at with this. I don't think you should ever buy this unless you have all other PVM upgrades, including your 4 Praisal codices and Limitless, which is honestly probably a better upgrade than Shard for basically every style except Necro. It's incredibly expensive. It is good, but it's just not worth 1.5 build. For the vast majority of players, 99.9% of players, you're going to get so much more money out of saving the 1.4 bill and putting it towards something more meaningful, like Dracolith, like, a set of armor and Appraisal Codex. That's just going to be a better use of your money. And honestly, even for Magic, you can get full Tectonic, you can get Appraisal Codex, you can probably also get a Grimoire, which, is going to set you up for Magic, especially because Tectonic is going to get a passive at some point. We don't know what it's going to be, but if you wanted to future-proof your Magic build, even doing that is going to be a better use of your money than just getting a Shard. So, yeah, that's where I'm at with this. Hopefully this video helps you guys make more informed decisions. If you want to see more videos like this where I talk about how you should be spending your money at certain points in the game, like this video and leave a comment telling me that that's something that you want. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.